Welcome to Whispers in the Dark, where nightmares come to life and shadows tell their darkest secrets. Here, we bring you spine-chilling short horror stories that creep through the cracks of your imagination and leave a lingering fear long after the story ends. I am your host, Jay, and thank you for joining us today, where once again, we delve into the unknown. So sit back, if you dare, and let the whispers guide you. Now, let's get started with today's story. In the war-torn province of Kai, Lord Tetsuo reigned with an iron fist. He was a ruthless warlord, feared not only for his battle tactics, but for the rumors that swirled about his insatiable thirst for power. As his enemies fell one by one, a new desire took hold of him, a hunger for immortality. Whispers in the court told of an ancient demon, a yurei, bound to an old tea house deep in the mountains, capable of granting eternal life at a cost no man would willingly pay. Consumed by ambition, Lord Tetsuo dispatched his finest samurai, led by his most trusted retainer, Hiroshi, to find the demon. They arrived at the decrepit tea house as dusk fell, its doors creaking open as if beckoning them inside. The air was thick with incense, but beneath it lingered the stench of decay. Inside, they found her, a geisha, pale and ageless, her black hair flowing like ink over her crimson kimono. Her eyes were cold, but her smile was warm, unnervingly so. "Lord Tetsuo seeks my favor," she whispered, her voice silken and low. "But to live forever is not without sacrifice." Hiroshi hesitated. He could feel the malevolence radiating from her, but his loyalty to Lord Tetsuo was absolute. They agreed to the geisha's terms, a pact sealed with the blood of the samurai. When Hiroshi and his men returned, Lord Tetsuo awaited eagerly, but something had changed in them. Their faces were gaunt, their eyes sunken as if they had seen unspeakable horrors. Still, they presented the geisha's token, a small, lacquered box. Inside was a lock of her hair, shimmering like midnight. That night, the warlord performed the ritual exactly as instructed. He placed the lock of hair beneath his pillow and drifted into sleep. In his dreams, the geisha appeared again, her face twisted now, grotesque and rotting. "Your life is mine now," she hissed, "and you shall have eternity in hell." Tetsuo awoke in a cold sweat, only to find his skin beginning to crack, black veins spreading beneath it like poison. He screamed, but no one came. His retainers, the samurai, were all dead, slaughtered in their sleep, their bodies contorted in grotesque poses, their eyes wide in terror. Desperate, Lord Tetsuo tried to flee, but the walls of his castle seemed to close in on him. In every shadow, he saw the geisha's face, her black eyes watching him. He ran to the courtyard where the heads of his fallen enemies were displayed on spikes. To his horror, the heads were now alive, their lips curled into mocking grins, their eyes glinting with malice. "Forever," they whispered in unison as Tetsuo's flesh began to melt, his bones twisting and snapping as the curse consumed him. He tried to scream, but no sound came, only the echo of his own madness. By morning, the castle had fallen silent. When his servants entered the Lord's chamber, they found only a grotesque figure, half man, half corpse, fused into the very walls of the castle. His mouth was frozen in a silent scream, his eyes eternally wide, staring into the abyss. His reign had ended, and so had the legacy of his bloodline. For years to come, no one would dare approach the castle, now known as the Castle of the Wailing Lord. On moonless nights, villagers claimed they could still hear the low whispers of the geisha's laughter, mingling with the cries of Lord Tetsuo, trapped forever in a nightmare of his own making. Thank you for creeping into the shadows with us. Your support keeps the darkness alive. But beware, this is only the beginning. We'll be back soon with another bone-chilling tale, lurking in the night, waiting for you to press play. Until then, sleep with one eye open, if you can.